little classic from France, Citroen's 2cv's, and the latest luxury sedan offering, the LS400 from Lexus. Plus parallel parking the easy way and high-speed driving in the comfort of your own home. All coming up as we put you in the driver's seat. Brought to you by Shell Canada, makers of the truly different gasoline, Formula Shell, and Hankook Tire, designed to compete, priced to win. Driver's Seat with hosts Ted Turnus and Tony Whitney.
Welcome to the show. This week we're going to take you on a risk-free high-speed test run and give you some tips on parallel parking. I'm also going to road test the new Lexus LS400. But first, here's Tony with the Citroen 2cv.
When the people at Citroen set out to design the 2cv just after World War II, they had a very peculiar mandate. The car was to comfortably accommodate 2 French farmers of generous girth and at least 1 bale of hay. There are people who swear that the 2cv's rollback roof was not fitted to let in the sun, but to accommodate a sheep or goat when more suitable transportation was lacking. This charming automobile, often called the 2cv, has only just ceased production at a Portuguese plant operated by Citroen after 40 years, and it's now almost as great a legend as the VW Beetle. Over 6 million were produced, and as recently as 1987, Citroen was cranking out over 60,000 units a year. No particular effort was made to upgrade design over the years, so current examples have all the benefits of a concept that must have been right first time. Where the 2cv is concerned, elegant simplicity is the keynote. Forget about such newfangled innovations as wind-up windows. Your basic 2cv has the same fold-up side glass as its prototype when first shown at the Paris Auto Show back in 1948. A Toronto company, Escargot Motorcars, is bringing them into Canada as totally rebuilt examples, constructed on a frame old enough to qualify as an imported used model. A French associate procures an older car, a 1975 for example, and junks everything but the frame, which is totally restored. A complete car is then built from 1990 parts to create what is, in effect, a brand new 1975 2cv. Very smartly finished in black and maroon, our 2cv didn't look like a low-end French economy car. It has the appearance and feel of a latter-day classic, rather like a Morgan. Power, though power may not be the right word, comes from a 602cc 29-horsepower engine that's so small it's hard to find when you open the hood. There are lots of benefits to having an engine this tiny, not least fuel economy. There's no radiator, no fan, no head gaskets to blow, and no distributor. I did say this was a simple design. You could probably polish off a bucket full of Escargot in the time it takes to get to 100 kilometers per hour, but you'll have fun getting there. Basic 2cv's cost just under $14,700, and options nudged our test car to just over $17,000. A 4-speed manual transmission is your only choice, and the shift lever is a strange device that sprouts from somewhere behind the dash. Once you get used to it, shifts are quite smooth, and I had no problems with this odd arrangement after an hour or so of driving. Seating, in common with so many French cars, is very comfortable, and upholstery is neatly done too. There's more room than you might imagine for rear seat passengers, and owners also get a fairly decent trunk. Forget about air conditioning, but there is a lever that opens up a huge flap running the width of the 2cv's windshield. A full-length roll-back fabric top provides lots of fresh air on even the hottest day, the ultimate combination of sunroof and full convertible. Each car comes with a custom-fitted picnic basket and a bottle of fine French champagne, for the passengers, of course. And owners are identified by a brass dash plaque. Unfortunately, you have to buy your own French beret, but I suppose you shouldn't expect everything. This car has more individuality than anything in the marketplace, and the only real competition is from restored classics. An early VW Beetle Cabriolet might be a contender, and you could also search for a spruced-up Morris Minor convertible. Another interesting rival is Nissan's beautiful POW retro car, but this can only be bought in Japan. From every practical standpoint, the 2cv stands in a class of its own. A powerhouse of a car, Ted.
My problem with this car is, correct me if I'm wrong here, but the original idea behind the 2cv was to make cheap, affordable transportation. This, at $17,000, that's a lot of dough to pay for what is essentially a slow toy.
Well, that's very true, but you're not going to like me saying this, but this is, to me, like a Morgan.
Bite your tongue. Bite your tongue.
It's a classic car that you can buy today, and it's brand new to all intents and purposes. It is a toy. It is slow, of course. I mean, you have to get used to gravel trucks passing you on inclines and so forth, loaded gravel trucks.
Listen, I'm all in favor of people owning automotive toys. The Morgan, I suppose, is a toy, but the Morgan, I hasten to point out, will outperform this thing. I mean, it's not even just apples and oranges. The problem with the 2cv is that it's deathly slow. I mean, it's painfully slow to drive in traffic.
Well, that's true, but nobody ever bought one of these for speed. It's really it's a very, very chic car, if I can use the French term for that.
I'm not saying it has to be a Corvette, but a little more oomph would be nice. I know that would probably detract from the overall authenticity of the car.
Well, you could always put a V8 under the hood.
Well, that'd be interesting.
People, but I think probably the suspension is incapable of anything more powerful than the engine it's got. But this is a beautiful job. The way this car has been restored is very, 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 very attractive. It's a pretty car. It attracts a lot of attention, more attention than a 308 Ferrari, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I'm impressed, but if you want the same effect as this car when you're driving it, you should just get yourself a really nicely restored Volkswagen Beetle and take out 2 of the spark plugs, because it runs about the same, you know.
That's what many people would say, but I think they'll probably sell as many of these as they can get in Canada and North America generally. They're very, very fine cars. The paint job is nice, the seating is very good.
Yes,
it's a super little machine.
Well, I won't be one of their customers.
Okay, right, Ted, well, let's sum up here. What we didn't like, it's hard to get, hard to find these, and power is very minimal, that's for sure. On the plus side, it's got a lot of elegant simplicity, fuel economy is excellent, and a picnic basket. What more could you want in a car? Driving dollar value, it is a bit expensive, and I give it 3/4 of a tank.
We'll be right back with a risk-free test drive.